Raw. I mean, I thought Raw this week was a really good show. And as I found out when I then went on the internet, nobody agrees with me. But that's usually the vocal minority anyway. But I don't know. I think having fans in the crowd, NXT performers as fans in the crowd, I said this on Twitter. I don't care if they copied AEW. I don't care if they've wanted to do this since day one. I don't care what the reason is. I care that when I sit down and watch it as a fan, that I have atmosphere. And this gave it atmosphere. So some people thought that it wasn't as visceral, that's not the right word, as reactionary as the AEW stuff. Well, maybe not, but they've never done it before, so give them a break. But I much preferred it. And I kind of like the Perspex glass too, like a hockey arena. I'm going to presume that that WWE did that because when fans come into the arena for real, you're going to have some kind of social distancing. A lot of gyms have done that, I saw in China. But it made it look different. So I just thought as well, I love the Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre stuff. I've always thought Bobby Lashley was just missing something in WWE. I think MVP fits into that wonderfully, and he does feel like a credible threat to Drew McIntyre's championship because Drew McIntyre is ensuring that he feels like a credible threat. Drew McIntyre is just on fire right now. Like, he genuinely made me laugh when MVP called it a Claymore kick, and he goes, you can just call it a Claymore. I saw a few people, Vince Russo, saying they thought that Drew McIntyre was putting on a facade, putting on a persona. And look, he's entitled to his opinion. But in that one moment, that for me was like, no, he's not. This is just Drew McIntyre. You don't have to like it. Don't have to enjoy it. But I loved it. I thought it was awesome. I got, like I say, a massive kick out of that. So shout out to him. And I think we should just get Lana out of the picture as quickly as possible. I don't think there was anything there to begin with. Do appreciate that WWE is trying to tie that into the story. But yeah, it just doesn't work. Let her go do her own thing. I like Bobby Lashley and MVP together. I don't know what happens post-Backlash because for me, Drew McIntyre has to win, but I don't want that partnership to be a short-lived thing. I kind of forgot how good MVP was as well. I don't know if anybody else agrees with me, but MVP is just great. I wasn't even a massive fan of him back in sort of 2009, whenever the hell he was around. No, it was before that. Must have been like 2006. Who knows? Whenever his run was. It wasn't against him, but he was never one of my guys. But I think, again, much like an Oscar, and a Britt Baker, he has been one of these people that has seized the opportunity with everything that's going on. It's weird that he keeps retiring and doesn't retire, but again, that's wrestling. Who comes out of retirement more than wrestlers? So yeah, I'm loving that feud. I think this will be another short feud, but I'm hoping down the line he gets his shot. Because he is good. Here, we've given him a manager, which he does work well with, but it's Bobby Lashley in general, when he's this character, completely believable, completely justifiable. I like Bobby Lashley. I think sometimes he gets treated unfairly. Messy Tom in the super chat says, not super chat, normal chat, it's Twitch. Who do you think will be made to look strong enough to take the title off Drew? It's a good question, because Drew McIntyre now is absolutely on fire. I mean, Bobby Lashley could do it. If you want to come back to it down the line, you'd have to do a lot of work. I don't think if you wanted a backlash, people would believe it or buy it. And there'd probably be a little bit of backlash, ironically. I don't know. That's a good question. I'd have to think about it. I don't know. I think we will get a Jinder Mahal title program at one point, but I don't think that will be when it all comes to a head. I think he'll get through Jinder 2. AJ Styles has left, which is kind of a shame. We should talk about that, obviously, from SmackDown. AJ Styles officially traded to Fridays. Kind of sucks. Kind of liked him on Raw, but he's AJ Styles. He'll be great whenever. But the real shame is that I would like to have seen Drew versus AJ for the title. I think that would have been awesome. Seth Rollins could probably go again. Not yet. Rey Mysterio would be good. But then again, he's face versus face, so you can't do that. I don't know. That's a great question. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the chat. Who takes the belt off Drew McIntyre? Has got to be on Raw right now. Let's say the brands stay the same, although you never know. You never know. Mackay Moody says, I see Rollins or Andrade doing that. Well, there we go. He's called it. Maybe Andrade. He's good Andrade. He's certainly got the chops. The Street Profits versus Bobby Lashley and MVP. I thought it was a stupid main event. And I'm being a bit negative Nancy. But if you want to get the tag team champions over as tag team champions, don't let Bobby Lashley, who is not a tag team of anything, come in and just ragdoll one of them. To me, I want whoever is challenging for the tag team belts to feel as vicious and exciting as Bobby Lashley is in the world title feud. I don't think you should use the tag teams as a whipping boy, basically. And again, massively nerdy. Of course it is, massively geeky. But that's just how I felt about it. That's just true. But anyway, my point is, they got DQ'd because Bobby Lashley held the full Nelson on for the over the count of 5 when he wasn't the legal man. I don't think WWE would be doing that if we had fans in the crowd, because fans crap all over that finish, rightfully so. But now we're trying to rewrite the rules, literally, so hopefully that when they do come back in, you can do more finishes like this, and you're teaching the crowd that the referees will call it as a shoot, as we say. So that's actually quite smart booking, as was the fact why MVP is so mad at Drew McIntyre to begin with. Don't mean to segue back into that. But of course, Drew claymored him when he first came back months ago on the VIP lounge. So that, I like the old school, not old school, but the nods to the past. I enjoy that, and I think it's something we should do more of. So, yeah, I don't using the Street Profits as whipping boys. I didn't think there was any need. I did enjoy the Street Profits and the Viking Raiders playing golf. And I know I'm alone on this because, again, when I wake up, there's always something that irks the internet. And it was this. They look stupid. They look corny. And they do, but they're having so much fun with it. I'm a sucker for this. I've said it 1,000 times. If they're having fun, I just have fun too. It's like the Stadium Stampede. They all had smiles on their faces. Golf is a stupid thing to do anyway. And there was weird stuff in it. The Mary Poppins gag with stuff coming out the hole, running away from an alligator. It's strange. It was strange. But I do think there's something in this. They also did the skit when they were playing normal golf before they moved on to mini golf, where they accidentally hit somebody else with a golf ball. It makes me laugh every time. I have an issue. I'm absolutely a child.